If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find.
Welcome, race fans. Heat race number 1 of our Rivalz Racing League recruiting race. And we have got a ton of cars showed up. Setting fast time tonight was Austin Carr in the 46. He'll start on the pole position in Heat 1 with Chris Steele in the 80 on the outside of the front row. Although Chris Steele's car looked like a 5 car in practice, but it's listed as number 80. Jeffrey Rempel in the 52, Jeffrey Barker in the 51, Stephen Goldner in the 30, Roger Craig in the 747, C.D. Cavill in the 61, Shane Pierce in the 17, and rounding out the field is the 1 of Leo Radabaugh.
Second race of the evening was pretty exciting in the first one. Can't wait to see what this one's got in stock for us, Adam.
It was intense for sure. The big thing is getting clean through your heat race. That's the big deal for these guys, Martin.
And I think we're going green right about now.
Green flag out of turn number 4. These drivers were asked to bring him even to the green flag. That was a pretty good start right there. And Austin Carr out in front, just like he was in qualifying. He'll try to stretch out a bit of an advantage and get comfortable, but Chris Steele, he is awfully good, especially when the tracks get slick.
So many in this heat race will transfer for the main event.
3 cars, the top 3 finishers out of this heat will get to the main event. So right now, that's Austin Carr, Chris Steele, and Jeffrey Rempel. They are the top 3 cars. They started in the top 3. They are running in the top 3. Shane Pierce with a great start. He started in the 8th position up to the 5th spot. He's still got some laps to get it done, but he's almost 4 seconds behind the race leader. The laps click away. We are on lap 3 right now, and a great battle further back in the pack between C.D. Cavill and the 61, Stephen Goldner and Roger Craig. As I say that, Cavill and Craig get together. Looks like C.D. Cavill might have got the worst of that exchange.
Back up front, the 46, yeah. Stretching his lead here going in corner 3. Like he's really fast, he's pulling away.
Austin Carr has a great setup. He's out front by nearly a second and a half over Chris Steele. Jeffrey Rempel up into that 3rd position. Again, he started 3rd. He's running 3rd. So right now, the top 4 as they started, but rounding out the top 5 is Shane Pierce, but he is quite a ways back. In fact, Pierce just had a problem and dropped all the way back to the 8th position. He is a lap down. Problems also for Leo Radabaugh on the 1 machine. I don't know if he clipped the wall, but he definitely looked slow. He was closing in on the 4th spot of Stephen Goldner. Every position matters because where you finish in the heat, if you don't get into the A main event, where you finish is where you're going to line up for your B main, your C main, so on back. Looks like the final lap is underway. Austin Carr, he's got 1 lap car to dispose of. He'll do that as he crosses the stripe. Carr in the 46 takes the win. The 84. Second row on the inside, James Smith Jr. in the 37. The 42 is Ryan Broughton. Mike Evans in the 21.
Now, or are we just running these for the recruitment?
Clinton Nichols in the 43. Greg Boydell in the 19. Austin McCarl in the 48. Kent Turnbull in the 31 will round out the field.
And the Dirty Co is up front again.
Yeah, the Dirt Co number 11 teammate to Kevin Lovies. And they had a great battle at Volusia Speedway in our last race.
The top
A
three.
lot of yellow flags kept breaking things up.
Well, the top three was so strong, so aggressive. They were like racing like it was the last lap. It was crazy.
That's the beauty of sprint cars, Martin. You see, you're an asphalt guy for the most part. And I got nothing wrong with asphalt racing. I announce asphalt races. I used to drive in asphalt races. But that's the difference between pavement and dirt. On dirt, every lap is raced like it's the last.
I'm impressed, actually.
Well, we've also got some top-notch race car drivers. Look at them bunch up. We're set to go green. Look at that. Two grooves working. The inside's fast, the outside's fast. Cody Hartlaub out in front. That leaves Ryan Beagle to battle with Mike Evans in the 21. A little birdie told us that's actually Ryan Susi, standout modified and sprint car racer in the 21. As the 42 of Ryan Broughton drove it deep down into the turn. Contact leaders.
The 37th got a bad lick out of it. He's back.
Go.
Wow. Intense racing right now.
Oh.
Clinton Nichols making some good moves. Mini stock driver from Southern Ontario, from Hamilton, Ontario. In fact, Clinton Nichols in that 43 machine duking it out side by side with Ryan Beagle for the last transfer spot. And oh, Nichols up into the wall.
Still on that.
Well, that leaves Ryan Beagle all by himself in the third position. A comfortable transfer spot to get into the feature.
The two guy up
Cody
front.
Hartlaub.
The two guy up front are hugging the wall so I'm almost scared like they're going to hit the wall every lap that they go in there.
Well, it's treacherous. We saw that bite a few people at Volusia in the last race. Knoxville is just the same. That is a daunting wall, and if you're going to mix a sprint car with the outside wall, the wall always wins. Clinton Nichols was able to hang on for the fifth position after tangling with the wall. That was pretty fortunate. But here comes Ryan Susi. He's got 2 laps left. The driver of the 21 trying to close in on Ryan Beagle in the 84 to pick up that final transfer spot. He washed up to the bottom of the racetrack. Less than 2 laps to go. Cody Hartlaub out in front by over 2 seconds on Ryan Broughton in the 42. Broughton started 4th, which means he qualified outside of the top 10. In fact, almost outside of the top 20. So a great run for Ryan Broughton to get up into the 2nd spot. Ryan Beagle hangs on to finish 3rd. Ryan Susi 4th. James Smith 5th. Clinton Nichols 6th. Then it's Gregory Boydell, Kent Turnbull, and Richie McLeod.
All right, you guys, and we're rolling for heat number 2, I think. Or is it 2 or 3? I don't remember. But this is 6 car to 18 car, 3rd co. And we got Connor Ross on the outside. We're going to go on board here. Let's see what's going to happen. We'll restart from the back. Should be quite interesting here to see. I think the top 3 will transfer for the next round. 6 car in this heat race. It's a fast track. We're getting ready to go green here. Race truck is in. 18 is gone.
Green.
Oh, side by side here. Oh, that was close. Great job. Wow, what a pass. What a move. Really slippery. Slides. Big blow to lose a few spots here. Oliver Ross in second place. I'm trying to find the camera work here. I got whatever. Sorry, I was back. So Connor Ross is in second place, right behind Kevin here, the 18 of the Dirt Co. Third place, locked right now so far for the main event at 99. And quite a distance here. That was Nadine Pellegrini in fourth place, Ray Adams. And in top five here is Michael Morley. Sixth spot, the 12th car of Chad Cote. So top three, like we said earlier, will transfer to the main event, and it looks like one of our fast driver since the beginning of these recruiting races that we've been having for the last few weeks. The number 18 of Kevin Lovelace. Kevin's really consistent, really fast, and like Adam mentioned it a few times now, he's an actual active real crew chief on a Steve Poirier, and I think they run the Empire Super Sprint Series, and they won a championship in there, and they're winning a lot. Last year, Steve Poirier's son won a race also, I think, his first race in the Empire Super Sprint. So it's quite exciting, and he's very generous of his time and stuff. He will share setup with other drivers to help them out. And look, he's giving, he's getting. He's an awesome driver. Someone to watch during the season. Second place at Connor Ross. And believe it or not, we're going back on number 4.
Dan Smolders on the pole in the 211. Outside of him, that'll be Frank Guerreri in the 38. The 22 is Nate Moore. He'll start on the inside of row 2. Scheduled to start 4th is Shane Pierce in the 88. The 50 is Jacob Stenhock. Rick Scott drives the 60 machine. Carter Caldwell in the 66. Sean Tucker in the 95. Matt Hendricks in the 47 will round out the field. That's how they'll line up for qualifying heat number 4. 8 laps the distance, 3 cars transfer straight to tonight's A main event.
I guess it went pretty good for the 44 and the other heat race. What's your thought on one?
Yeah, there's not a lot of grip out there, so Connor was really struggling to roll out of the throttle coming off the turn to keep the car from getting sideways, but slower is faster applies, Martin, in every kind of racing. If you don't overdrive the car, let the car work, you will almost always go faster.
And I think we're getting ready to go green.
Dan Smolders in the 211 on the inside. Frank Guerreri on the 38, a New York State driver up on the outside. Green flag is out. Good start for Smolders. He'll run the bottom of the racetrack, same as Kevin Lovey's did in that last qualifying. You can see Lovey's searched around a couple of times just to try other parts of the racetrack, but nothing was as fast as hooking that inside berm on the inside, rolling it right around the corner. Frank Guerreri lost a couple of spots in that opening lap. Nate Moore up to second in the 22, and the 50 of Jacob Stenhock runs third. You can see these drivers trying to find the bike going into the turn. Smolders used all the racetrack all the way up to the wall trying to find the bike that he needed. So they go in the turn, try to get the car to rotate, and then they'll come all the way up to the wall on the exit of the turn down the straightaway, just flirting with the outside of the racetrack. Halfway this time by for Smolders, out in front by a second and a half over Nate Moore. Shane Pierce has moved himself up into third in the 88 car, so great race for Shane Pierce. He started fourth up into the third position. That's good enough to get him into the show as Smolders taps the wall with the tail tank. He is flirting with disaster with a huge lead out there in that 211.
Seems to be a lot more grip coming out on top of 2 there.
Yeah, it looks that way. It's all how the arc of the turn goes. And I mean, you look for that dull brown. Any parts of the racetrack that are shiny, you're not going to get a whole lot of grip on. So Smolders up there, he's finding the groove that he needs. That's a nice line he's running right there, about a foot off the wall, all the way around the corner.
Whoops, we lost you here.
Last lap, a little bit of traffic for the leader. That's Rick Scott just ahead of him in the 60 machine. Scott will run down the bottom of the racetrack, stay out of the way of the race leader, and he will take the checkered flag. Dan Smolders with the win. Nate Moore going to come home second. Shane Pierce in third. Frank Guerrieri drops to fourth from his second place starting spot, so he will head to the B main. Then it's Jacob Stenhock, Carter Caldwell, Rick Scott, Sean Tucker, and Matt Hendricks. He's going to start fourth. Starting fifth, Jason Thompson in the 16. Then it's Joey Sutton starting sixth. Watch for that 2 car. He is always fast on the racetrack. Not sure what he's doing back there in the 6th spot. But rounding out the field is going to be Brant Graham in the 14 and Michael Rosendahl in the 5. Well, I'm not sure if Mike Rosendahl is even racing, but he is in the server because he set up the server for us. And Martin, I got to say, he did a pretty good job here. This format is a lot of fun. I think this is the one we will stick with.
This is the goal. This is the real thing, I think. Pretty impressive.
Gives everybody a shot. If things go wrong in your heat, you can make it through alphabet soup, the D main, the C main, the B main, and make your way to the front. We're going to go green this time at a turn number 4. Shiloh Boyce in the 10, Bobby Melville in the 01.
Love it, because even if you don't get to the main event, there is a lot of racing lap anyhow.
Seat time is key, Martin, and you know what? I didn't want to believe that, but I know from racing in your leagues, you have to pay your dues. You know, there's no easy way to get to the front. You just have to keep at it, and get around people that are willing to help you.
It's just like you said not too long ago, is that the drivers want the challenge. And when you drive with better drivers, you practice more, so it's harder for everybody. But great lead here.
Yeah, and our drivers have been really good at helping each other, helping the slower guys catch up. Guys and girls, we should say. Shiloh Boyce out in front in that 10 machine. He is pulling away lap after lap. Boyce in the 10 machine, almost a full second lead over Bobby Melville in the 01, and he is being hounded by Troy Flaro in the 311. Those two battling for second and third. On the outside looking in, it's Kyle Rhodes in the 15, but he's keeping them within striking distance as well.
The 15 seems like smoother than the 2 other cars in front of him, so he's probably going to be catching with them real quicker.
Well, the one thing about Knoxville Raceway is that berm on the inside, it kind of sucks you in. You really have to focus on keeping your left front just off of the berm, because if you hit it, it sends the whole car airborne up the racetrack, and all hell can break loose. So Kyle Rhodes out there in the 15, watching Troy Flaro ahead of him and Bobby Melville ahead of him get a little bit further away with each lap. We're on lap 6 already, so there's just 3 laps to go.
How big is the track here? What's the size of it?
Boy, you're gonna make a fool of me. I believe Knoxville is a half mile. It may be 4/10 of a mile, but I believe it's a half. But a huge difference between the inside groove and running the wall. If you run up the wall, you're about 50 feet higher all the way around. So it's a big difference on how you gear the car, how you set up the race car, and where you want to run on the track.
It's a big track. Looks like the 15's a little bit loose here. I don't know if he's losing grips, but he doesn't seem to be able to catch up to try to get a spot here for me.
Well, I can only speculate, but the one thing you want to do when you see those drivers getting farther away is step harder on the gas, and quite often it slows you down. Is wow,
the number
Boyce
2
narrowly misses.
And the 15 car tumble in the corner. My God.
So the finish, Shiloh Boyce takes the win. Bobby Melville second. Troy Flero third. Kyle Rhodes held on to finish fourth.
My friend, last eat of the evening before moving on. 6 other cars.
8 cars scheduled to roll off. I don't believe they're all making the call, but Kevin Ridley in the 20, a dirt sportsman racer from New York State. He's going to roll off first. The 08 of Jacob Sampson on the outside of row 1. The 00 Jeff Flero will start row 2 on the inside. Outside of him will be Roger Long in the 41. 92 of Dylan Hargraves is scheduled to start 5th, with Mike Journeau in the 73 starting 6th. Brandon Ticklar in the 49 scheduled to start 7th, and Max Jones in the 45 scheduled to start 8th. But it looks like Max Jones may have logged out. We'll see what's left. It's definitely going to be a battle because only the top 3 make it directly to the A main.
Are you more aggressive when like there's less car in the heat and you got to make sure to get in the main event that you got to push? Are you more aggressive like this?
I think it really depends who you're racing with. So in this case, when we have beginners, intermediates, and elite level drivers, I think you have to be a little bit cautious. If you are with all elite drivers, you're going to be as aggressive as you can be at all times. But I think aggression can really bite you here, Mart.
Green flag.
And we're green here. 20 just took off.
Yeah, Kevin Ridley got out front a little bit more aggressive on that start than we would like to see. But he's out in front over Jacob Sampson and Jeff Flero. Looks like only 5 cars remain to run in this heat, so we had a few people leave. Bit of a wait to get all the way through to the 6th heat, but as things progress, I think people are going to be happy to wait for this quality of competition.
I think it's so much worth it. So I'm so impressed with the quality and everything.
Well, on Martin, now you can probably understand what we meant when we talked about having rotating servers or staggering our servers. So while qualifying is going on in one series, we'll be running features in another series that we can put on the broadcast. So as you, the fan, as time goes on, you can choose to watch the heats without commentary, or you can watch the features that are on the track in a different class. So as we time it properly, I think you're going to find it balances out pretty well, and we put on a good, entertaining show for our viewers.
And it's going to be run by and managed by a great team behind of it, so I'm not even worried. It's pretty exciting and a lot of fun to follow. Race to race, each race, every night.
We've got a good team between yourself, me, Clinton Jeffrey, Greg Cowlin, Spencer Mullen. We've got the broadcast, we've got the iRacing knowledge, we've got the race promoting knowledge, and Kevin Ridley has his way with this field. He is on lap 6 of this qualifying heat. He's opened up a second advantage over Jacob Sampson.
They're still battling pretty hard in the back here for a 3rd spot.
Well, Roger Long just got past Jacob Sampson. Sampson bobbled somehow. That's going to open the door for Jeff Flero as well as he closes in within half a second with 2 laps to go.
It looks like it's really slippery, like it doesn't stick. And the 00 spawn. Oh. Lost his chance.
Oh, not Kevin Ridley looking to close things out in the 20 machine. He'll come down across the stripe to win heat race number 6. So the 20 of Kevin Ridley straight into the main. Roger Longer to come home 2nd. Jacob Sampson going to take 3rd, with Mike Journeau 4th and Jeff Flero finishing 6th. And that will
All
And
right,
the
we're
pace car.
back. Sorry.
We are back, and the base car rolls with the C main behind. 12 laps the distance, top 4 to the B. And here's how they'll line up. Well, on the pole in the 747, it's Roger Craig on the outside of the front row. The 43 is Clinton Nichols. Row number 2, Michael Morley in the 6. Outside of him will be the 66 of Carter Caldwell. Third row on the inside, Brant Graham in the 14. Outside of him will be the 92 of Dylan Hargreaves. Super C.D. Cavill in the 61. The 19 is Gregory Boydell. Scheduled to start 9th, Alex Finari in the 4. The 60 of Rick Scott. 51, Jeffrey Barker, and the 2 of Joey Sutton. 31, Kent Turnbull. And I believe the 49 of Brandon Ticklar is how they should line up for the C main. Remember, top 4 is where these drivers want to be.
Ooh, it's going to be aggressive. There's a lot of good car in the back again. What do you do if you have the 51, the 2 car who's been out of luck since the beginning of that, the heat races and everything here?
Well, if it's me, I give it 1 lap to sort out and see where things go from there, but I definitely don't want to be in the middle of this hornet's nest on that first lap. Roger Craig with a good start in the 747. Right behind him is Michael Morley, who's starting in the 3rd position. He'll jump up to the 2nd spot on the opening lap. Clinton Nichols has fallen all the way back to 4th after starting on the outside of the front row. He's got to hang on to that spot. That's the last transfer, and we've got trouble.
2 cars just got destroyed.
Well, I believe Clinton Nichols was one of them, the 43. Not sure who else was involved, but Roger Craig out in front by half a second over Michael Morley. Jeffrey Barker in the 51 is all the way up to 3rd. He came out of the D main.
That's crazy. He was in the back of the pack and he's locked in again. That's crazy. He's going to go for the lead.
Barker running that inside groove, closing in on Roger Craig. He'll poke to the inside. Not quite there, but Craig left him the lane. And look at the bite. Barker getting on the inside. Jeffrey Barker will take the lead. Craig back to 2nd. Morley 3rd. Carter Caldwell 4th. But he's got Brant Graham and Rick Scott right behind him looking to get into the show. Lap traffic about to be a factor. That's Kent Turnbull just in front of the race leader, Jeffrey Barker. He'll cautiously close in on the back of the 31 machine. He's going to pick his spots pretty carefully. He knows he's locked into the B main if he can just keep running where he is. Gingerly to the inside of that 31. Now we'll pull alongside and clear him down into turn 3.
Looks like the 747 went a little bit backwards from the lead to 3rd spot. But you're going to be safe there because the 66 quite far back.
He's only safe once that checkered flag falls, and he's still in the top 4. One thing we found all night long is these racetracks, they'll jump up and bite the drivers. Rick Scott in the 60 machine runs in the 5th spot, but he is all over Carter Caldwell in the 66. That's a battle for that final transfer spot. Rick Scott took over that position, so the 60 machine up into 4th behind Roger Craig in the 747. They are teammates, I believe. Although I could be wrong. Both of them are regulars at Ohsweken Speedway as fans, but Rick Scott may not be a part of the Ohsweken posse.
What happened with the 747? It looks like he's going backwards. He's slipping all over the place.
You know, we've mentioned it time and time again. Every time you try to drive the car a little bit harder, it has the opposite effect. You've got to drive these things easy. Try to get down into the racetrack. As this one is finished, Jeffrey Barker in the 51 takes the win.
Impressive win from the 51 who started this heat, his main event.
Hey, good
from
job,
the back
Jeffrey.
of the back. Wow.
Michael Morley second, Roger Craig third, Rick Scott fourth. Those four will make it.
We're back, my friend Adam. Lots of car on the track right now.
Oh, this is a big one. Top 6 transferred to the A main, 14 laps the distance. Stephen Goldner going to start on the pole on the number 30, and then on the outside of row 1 will be Ryan Susi in the 21. Chad Cote drives the 12. The 38 is Frank Guerreri. He'll start 4th. Starting 5th is Kyle Rhodes in the 15th. He'll be flanked by Mike Journeau in the 73. Leo Raudabon, the next row on the inside, outside of him will be the 37 of James Smith Jr. The 32 is Ryan Adams. The 50 is Jacob Stenhoff. 16 is Jason Thompson. The 00 is Jeff Flaro. And then we've got our drivers from the C main. Starting in 13th, the 51 of Jeffrey Barker. The 6 of Michael Morley. 15th is the 747 of Roger Craig. And rounding out the field in car number 60 is Rick Scott.
I can't wait to see the 51. What is he going to do? Is he going to be up front, you think, like he did in the last heat?
I thought they would take it easy last time for a lap or two and let things square away, but I was wrong. The 51 was up battling for the lead within moments of the green flag flying, so your guess is as good as mine, Martin.
Green, green, green.
And what about the 747? Did some adjustments to be able to climb up?
Not a lot of time for adjusting. That was a ragged start, but we are off to the races. Steve Goldner trying to hold off the 32. Well, it's 30. That can't be right. 32 of Ryan Adams. He came from deep in the field. Ryan Susi out in front. Ryan Adams second. Kyle Rhodes third. Steve Goldner fourth. Frank Guerreri rounds out the top 5.
The 51's already in the top 5. Wow.
And the worst thing anyone can see in iRacing, we had a blinker. The 12 of Chad Cote, and I believe he blinked right out of the server, causing some problems for the drivers being able to see where they were going. But out in front is Ryan Susi. He has opened a big advantage over Kyle Rhodes, who just took over second. Jeffrey Barker up to third in the 51, so he is in a transfer spot. Remember, the top 6 make it to the A main. Behind Barker in the 51 is the 16 of Thompson, the 32 of Adams, and the 747 of Roger Craig. Wow, the battles going on at the front are insane. Ryan Adams just got all sorts of sideways. Roger Craig had to take evasive action. They're still crashing. Roger Craig got squeezed up into the outside wall, battling, I believe, with Frank Guerreri. Ryan Adams has that 6th and final transfer spot. Frank Guerreri wants it in that orange number 38. Guerreri a little bit smoother right now. He's able to pin that car to the bottom and pedal it around the corner, but he's got to work quickly because Michael Morley in the 6th car is right behind him. It's a 3-car battle for 6th. Out in front, it's Ryan Susi with a huge gap over Kyle Rose in the 15. Jeffrey Barker has settled into that 3rd position, although he was right behind 2nd spot. Jacob Stenhock quietly up into the 4th spot. But then it's Jason Thompson, Ryan Adams, and Frank Guerreri duking it out for the final transfer. Contact between Frank Guerreri and Ryan Adams sends Ryan Adams spinning onto the infield. Frank Guerreri up into 6th. Michael Morley got by. He's in 7th, and right behind him is Rick Scott in 8th. 10 laps are complete in this 14-lap B main, and it is still anybody's race. Jason Thompson in 5th, comfortably in the transfer spot, but then it's Frank Guerreri in 6th with Michael Morty all over his back end.
The 51 of Baker is in 2nd place already. He's going to be a big threat in the A-main.
Barker up to 2nd. He's over 3 seconds behind the leader, but he is solidly in a transfer spot, and Frank Guerreri gets slid up the track by Michael Morley in a battle for 6th. Just 2 laps to go. Rick Scott in that Strickland's GMC sponsored number 6. He gets into the 7th position. Can he get to 6th? There is less than 2 laps to go when Rick Scott gets up alongside Morty. They nearly touch. Morty slides up into the outside wall. Rick Scott down into the 6th position in the 60 car with a lap and a half to go. Now Rick Scott closing in on the 16 of Jason Thompson. So Scott has found something here in the closing laps with his B main.
He's flying
all sorts
outside.
of speed. Morty trying to close in as the laps wind down. We are on the final lap, and Morty trying to make a move on Jason Thompson here at the end. It's going to be Brian Susie with the win. Jeffrey Barker second, the 15 of
Boys and girls, this is time. This is the
Martin,
A-main.
you're on your own. I'm going to watch this, okay?
There you go. Go be with the color. So we got the 46 up front. Followed on the outside by the 11. Then a second row. With the 211. The 18, third row. The 20 was real fast in this heat race. Then we got the 10 car. With a 42 on the outside. And a 22 to 80 was real fast too. Yep. 41 to 44 of Connor Ross. There's 01 to 80. 01 to 99. The 84 was out of luck, but managed to save it up for the big event here. 24 cars start.
Don't get horny on the start. Just survive a lap or two.
You'll be able to hear
lots of time. 30 laps.
Adam Ross and Coach and Connor too. And they're going. They're green.
Green flag.
Green. Fast starts. So far, so good. No crash. No shoving too much. Everybody's taking it easy. Side battle up front. 46.
Save it. You're good.
77. High top 4. Oh. Dirt cold. Second or third. Got a 46 on the outside here. And there's still 4 laps. 211 on the outside. Got the groove. I think the 77 is going to go up there with him. On the inside here to 18. Let's go a little bit more from the back here. Top 5. There's battles everywhere. No caution so far. The 10 car in low. Wow, what a race. 8 car here. Chris Steele in 7th spot.
Good job. Really good job.
You're on a Bobby Manville. Oh, we got a caution. We have a caution here. What happened? We missed it. Oh, wow. Crazy.
All good, guys.
Here I am. Here.
That's good hard racing. Some give and take. A little bit of
Who's talking to
bouncing, but that's to be expected. It's good racers.
Adam was also an admin during the race and also crew chiefing with Connor. Let's see where they're at.
On the inside.
Here, Connor in the background talking to Adam.
Back to life or it's in time.
I think it could. The thing is, we've got your car set up. You know what?
We know all the tricks now. Listening to him, it's funny.
Whatever you feel, bud. It's your race.
So he's in 15th spot. Oh, 24.
But if everything bottlenecks to the bottom, for sure, go up to the high side. And
So single
you just
file.
got to be ready for a long slide.
It's gonna be single file restarts. Good way to go. For now.
Getting things out on the inside.
Are we seeing a 51 is in the pit?
Yeah.
The 51 car
What's
is in the pit.
Yeah.
The 11, the 211, and the 18. Top three. Aggressive driver. Fast driver, fast pace. I think we're going to go green here real quick. So Cody, Dan, and Austin, and Kevin, and Silo. Top five. And oh! They went anticipate the start and then banging each other into the big crash in the back. Right at the start finish line. Tumbling. Surprised it's not under yellow. Wow.
You'll be alright. Yeah, no doubt.
51 just came back on the track. Let's go see what Connor.
Keep rolling like that. You got 20 laps to go.
Caution.
And ooh.
How about I'll leave this one on you if you want to look out.
If you say sorry 4 times really fast, it makes anything okay.
Sorry. Wasn't that painful? Just getting around with Adam. So pretty interesting here. Let's go back up front at 211.
Yeah, there is one fast repair in these races. We won't have that once the league starts, but for the recruiting races, there's one fast repair.
So the 11 of Cody, Hart load, followed close by the 46 of Austin Carr.
Well, it's
The
fun when you
211,
can run
the
some green
dense
flag laps like
boulders.
you're running. I mean, a couple of cautions, this is fine. It gives you a chance to
42
search
Carr,
around
Ryan
and find
Dawson,
racing.
and Kevin Lovely's top 5. Kevin 5. What's going on, Kevin?
I think you guys should do that 200 lap thing, Dad. We're set up for 200 laps, maybe only 30.
Yeah, we may look at that.
Because especially like a night like this where it's fun racing, and then you got cautions. I just need to get around Troy.
We hear Colin is talking strategy.
Yeah, I want to see you
where
pass
he's at.
Susie. That'll make me feel good.
I think we're like 13 laps, going to 13 laps out of 30.
Get your bite off the bottom. Like when you take this green,
Yeah.
get the inside of turn 4 on your way through.
I just want to try something here. I want to see from
Green
in-car
flag.
view.
That's the spot.
There we go. Let's see what Connor's seeing. Wow.
Oh shit.
And they're nuts. Being pretty slippery. That picture moves on top. That's pretty sure it's on top. Gonna come out strong, coming out.
Sorry about that, Troy.
Ooh, what a race.
Yeah, the inside's
Great,
more
wow.
away.
Guys
Try
are
the high side.
fishtailing like crazy.
You're going to have to drive way up the high side and then be ginger because of the wall, but
outside, the outside.
I think you're committed to that bottom, bud.
Oh. Move over, roller. What's your vector? That's what Connor said. And he's going back in the inside.
I think if you don't hit the gas so hard, you'll get better forward bite. Like it won't sound as fast, but you'll actually be going.
There's some great battle all over the place. I wish I knew these guys were named by my first time inventing
Let's do that one.
Don't hit the gas like that. I swear you'll catch right up to them. Go in soft and keep it soft.
Fair enough of reply plays in the wall.
Keep it soft, keep it soft, keep it soft, keep it soft. Now step on it. See how you closed in?
11, very battle here.
Soft, soft. Yep. Don't.
46. In second spot. So Cody is just gone mad here. Going in, high, low. Going through traffic like there's no tomorrow. It's impressive to see. Oh, and they hit in front and they split them both. And
Caution is out, caution is out.
That brought up a
Bummer.
caution.
You can look at your temps to make sure everything looks okay.
I'm dead last.
Yeah, but you're learning.
Ready?
We don't usually see that many
Yeah.
drivers going in the pit. There's
Top.
no, it's not like in NASCAR.
Take away Rivalz. Never get Rivalz. You die?
Yeah, I waved the drivers who were one lap down.
That's the race.
I think you get one lap.
Is it going to be a one-lap shootout?
Check
Is
with
it
all
going
my
to be a
tires.
one-lap shootout, Adam? You think?
Yeah, it looks that way. It's pretty wild to watch though, guys. Great racing. Thanks so much.
Impressive.
Have you been watching the racing at the front?
I've been all over, but yeah, pretty much. I'm back with the leaders now.
Has it been close?
Yeah, it's amazing racing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, just keep racing, guys. If there's a yellow, just race it through.
And we're going back to green here. Where we heard Adam the voice, the God. Ross, the God of the series, saying, guys, come on, let's go, let's do it, let's finish on green. Let's have some fun.
Sorry, Kyle.
Go, top fours or third row, first and third. 46
Jeffrey
seconds.
Barker?
Does the 46 as anything for the 11? Does he?
Say that.
Hey?
miles straight back.
Pressure.
He was cool.
And then they crashed their header. What a win! Wow.
Stop me.
If I bleed